Hi, everyone. This is your girl, Ruth M. Haynes, and today we're having our first wake-up call. It's Motivational Monday. You, I know it feels like it keeps getting worse, but you know what? You got to look at the good in every situation. You got to look at what can you benefit out of the situation that you're in right now, and whatever you can benefit off from, just be grateful for that. Just be happy about that. If you are happy about that, then you can move forward. But if you're so like, why me? Woe is me. Why is this happening to me? Listen, if you find a solution and you find yourself in a difficult situation, as soon as you get a solution, you run with it. You go for it. Keep your word. Keep your promises. If you say you're going to do something, do it. I said I was going to start this call this Monday. Of course, everything got in my way. I had the most busiest morning ever. I've been driving all night from 6 hours, pretty much, and, just really tired and still had to pack up and do all these other things. But you know what? I was like, well, I made a commitment. I made a commitment that I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. It doesn't matter, if I don't have 1,000 people, it doesn't matter. But I know that it starts with one. It has to start with one. You got to believe in yourself. You can succeed. I can succeed. You can succeed. We can succeed. And we all are on our own level. You got to understand that. It's not just one level to success. You don't just start and then end at the level of success that you want to be in. It's 45 different steps that you have to be on. But sometimes we get stuck on the first step. Sometimes we get stuck on, okay, what do I do now? I did that. I did what everybody told me to do, and I'm still not successful. I did what everybody is doing, but I'm still not successful. I'm not happy doing this. You can succeed. You can be whatever you want to be, but you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that you can do anything you want to do, and you got to try things out. You can't be closed-minded. You can't say, well, no, that's not for me. You got to know that you can do anything you want to do. You got to really believe that. If your parents didn't tell you that, and I'm telling you that, you can do anything you want to do. If your friends didn't tell you that, I'm telling you that you can do anything you want to do. I know that you are more. I know that you can. I know that it hurts, but you got to push through it. A lot of people experiencing pain. Man, I had a day yesterday, and I was like, I was just minding my business, but, I got to do certain things that it's uncomfortable. I'm walking around like a fool, looking crazy because nobody else is doing what I'm doing, but I know what I was doing was helping somebody. I know by their reaction that I was helping them. I know that I was doing my job. I was working. I was talking to people, encouraging people, and I know that I hit home. A lot of them told me that I hit home for them, and it's because, I'm willing to look foolish a little bit because I might look foolish to the masses, but I hit home with a few. And if you can hit home with a few, like, stop trying to get everybody to follow you. There's only a couple people that need to follow you. There's only a couple people that you could change their life. There's only a couple people, that you can really make an impact. I don't care, how big a celebrity I don't care how big a fan base a celebrity has. It's only a core followers. So most of them are bandwagon, I'm jump on a bandwagon kind of fans. But there's some core people that they ride out for you. They will buy everything you produce. They love you. They'll defend you, everything. But it's a couple people. If you make one or two bad moves, then everybody drops out. Mostly everybody drops out because they just can't see it. They just can't see you lacking in perfection. They can't see you, making that kind of move, or they wouldn't do that. So they have to drop out. That's how life is. People are going to drop out. People are going to say, nah, I can't roll with you on that level. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm going to stay right here. But you just keep on passing those people. You just keep moving forward. You just keep pushing. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anything hold you down. It's Monday morning, guys. You guys can do anything you want to do. You got to set your mind out. This week, I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to do this thing. What do I want to do? All I got to do is take baby steps, right? So if you have a goal, look, it might be 100 steps to your goal. This week, I'm going to focus on just 2 steps. Just 2 steps. If you focus on 2 steps, and next week you get to number 4. The week after that is number 6. The week after that is 8 and 10 and 20. Soon it's 50, and then soon you'll be at 100. But it takes 2 steps. If you do 2 steps a week, then you'll get to where you want to go. Like, you have to have passion for what you do. And you know that the 2 steps, I'm going to do those 2 steps as perfectly, as best as I can, as much as I can. I'm going to bring myself to the table. I'm going to bring myself to that atmosphere. I'm going to be present. I'm going to do all I can do. I'm going to minimize distractions. I'm going to eliminate distractions. I'm going to do my best. And once I do my best, the world has to open up to me. Eventually, the world will have to open up to me. Eventually, everything's going to have to work out for me. That's what you have to think. You got to know that going forward. Like people would always say, wow, I remember when I was losing weight, right? People were like, well, how much weight did you lose this week? 2 pounds. See, that proves my point. 2 pounds. I did not set out to lose 29 pounds, but I set out to lose 2 pounds. I watched different shows, the Celebrity Fit Club, and all that. I heard about the 2 pounds, and then I seen, okay, usually people want to have you lose like 5 pounds. So they could say, I lost 20 pounds. I said, do I want to say I lost 20 pounds and then gain 30, or do I want to keep it off? And so I said, well, I want to keep it off. And 2 pounds is all that's me at my optimal level. That's me working out, eating right, and losing 2 pounds continuously. In 6 weeks, it turned into maybe it wasn't 6 weeks, 10 weeks, okay? 10 weeks it turned into, because you had to do multiplication there, 10 times 2, right? It turned into 29 pounds in the very end. Some weeks I lost 5. Some weeks I lost 1. Some weeks I lost nothing. Some weeks I gained. But you know what? I always adjusted. And that was the beautiful part, right? Because I know my consistent number was 2. So if I gained 3 pounds, right, I would just, steer it a little bit more to the left, steer it a little bit more to the right, go a little bit harder this week because I got to make up for last week, right? And just if I just kept gaining an extra pound all those weeks, then I would have been right where I wanted to be. Be where you want to be. Take the steps that you want to take. Go farther than what you want to do, guys. Y'all can do it. I know that y'all can do it. Nobody's out here telling you to do it. They telling you, yeah, I made it. Yeah, I did it. And what are you doing? But you can't listen to people like that. You can't listen to what they're saying. They're not telling you the 100% truth. So you got to know that, listen, I'm going to do what I want to do because you made it the way you wanted to make it. I don't want to make it like you. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to sell myself out. Doing something that you hate doing all purely because of the money, that's selling out to me. Purely because of the money. It don't matter if it's legal, if it's illegal. If you doing something you hate doing, right, and you don't have, dire circumstances, situations, right? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got to man up. You got to woman up. You got to do what you got to do. You got to feed your family. Yes, that's true. But do it with the plan. Do it with, passion, be just vibrant in it and master it so that okay, I'm looking for my next opportunity. I'm talking about, look, I just can't do this no more. So you got to move forward. You got to move forward. You can't listen to what people are saying. If you're ever going to succeed, you got to shut that off. You got to shut that TV station off. Oh, you on Team Hater? Okay, I'm going to shut you off. Oh, you saying I can't do what? I'm going to shut you off. Oh, you saying that I need this? I'm going to shut you off. A lot of people, they might not hate on you, but they say you don't have what you need. You don't have what is necessary. You're not qualified. You can't get to my level. I'm going to give you this opportunity. But you know what? You just bust through those doors. Like I said, take the 2-step process and keep taking 2 steps at a time. Now, if you want to get, fancy when you're skipping the stairway, you could skip, a couple steps at a time without hurting yourself. But you can't skip 10. You can't skip 10 steps and make it up there. You won't. You'll fall trying. So you got to go for the 2 steps. You can do 1 step, you can do 2 steps. It's too much. Just go 1 step at a time. Sometimes you got to just focus on one thing and say, I'm going to do this thing with all my might. I'm going to do this thing with all I have. I'm going to do this thing like I've never done it before. And once I do this thing right here, then I can move on to the next level and the next level and the next level. A lot of people, you see them reach the pinnacle of success, and that's when you just heard of them. But the truth is they've been working on this and working on this and working on this. You got to remember, if you want to be good at anything, it's going to take 10,000 hours to master it. So you got to keep going. You can't get to 10,000 without getting to hour 1 or hour 2. You can't go there. You can't do that. You can't just jump and say, you know what, today I'm a professional. That's what most people do. They get an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm this. Today I'm a comedian. Today I've never done it before in my life, but nobody's gonna tell me I can't do something. That's cool, but don't take that energy the wrong way. You need to be prepared. You need to be rehearsed. You need to know what you're saying. If this is not something you've been doing a long time, you need to be ready. You don't know the third curveball that you're gonna get, because what happens is when you're performing, when you're in the middle of the game, certain little situations. It's not about doing it straight on. It's about how do you maneuver in certain situations. Well, that's what success is all about. It's about how can you master, maneuvering yourself, being a chameleon, being flexible when you really need to be, and doing what you have to do. Sometimes, man, it's looking like, wow, this is bad. This is so embarrassing. I can't believe this thing happened to me, right? But you're like, wow, at the end of the day, this is what I got from it. This is how I can grow from it. This is what I'll do next time. This is how I'll change myself. Or this is like, look, this is supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be, and I'm using this as a stepping stone to the next step, to the next level. I'm not going to claim I'm somewhere I'm not. But at the same time, I know how far I've come. I know that these principles that I'm sharing with you are going to change your life because they changed mine. I mean, I had somebody say to me before, well, I was going through a tough time. They're like, wow, how could you operate at such a high level with your basic, circumstances being a mess? And I was like, well, these are the things I believe in, and these are the things I'm going for. So it really don't matter what my situation is. If I decide to dip my head down and go see what's going on, then that's it. That's on me. But I'm living on a higher level. I'm getting what I need to get on a higher level. I'm not worried about my circumstances, my situation. That's where my faith comes in. That's on God. I can't put that on me. You got to move forward. If you want to be successful, man, you have to really believe that you can be successful. That's what I'm saying to you. In your mind, it has to click. I can be successful. Say that. I can be successful. I will be successful. And I am successful. Think about one area in your life where you're successful. Think about one area in life where you know that you could tell somebody that you did, like, yeah, I did that, and I can tell you exactly how to do that. I don't care if it's, you're an expert at filling out financial aid. I don't care if you're an expert at, picking out sneakers. I don't care what you are. But there's something in your life. You've been through experience after experience after experience, and you say, no, that in that area I am successful. But you got to look at that and say, count that as okay. That's what did I do in that area to become successful? Like for me, I had no idea how to play basketball, but sometimes you get to the functional level and you're like, wow, a lot of people would have loved to know how to do what I'm doing, but I'm teaching little kids how to do it, and it's like my technique is working, and I got them to do it in a couple minutes. I got these little girls to win a basketball game in a couple minutes. Because I was like, no, you shake your hand like this, you form it, then you point when you shoot, you do this and you do that. And I held their hand and I formed their hand the way it needed to be. And once I did that, they got the shot in. They got the shot in, and that's what I'm saying to you. You could get the shot in. You could do this. You can be successful. You can be who you want to be. So use this Monday to write down your goals. What do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want to do this week? What do I want to be this week? How can I get to the next level of me? How can I get to know myself a little bit more? That's what goals teach you. That's what life teach you. That's what success teach you. You're trying to find yourself. It's because you're trying to see how much I can be. What can I be? I don't know what I can be, right? But if I try this and I try that, eventually I'll find where I fit. And so that's what I'm saying to you. Find where you fit. But you can't do it unless you try. You say, I got to go, and this is what I like. You take from it, okay, I'm strong here, I'm weak here, this is the area I'm going in. I'm going to go, I'm going to strengthen my weaknesses, I'm going to work on my strengths, and I'm going to make this happen, period. So that's what you have to do. If you want to be successful, if you want to move forward in your life, then do all those things. Do all those things. And you can succeed. You can have it all. You can do what you want to do. You can be where you want to be. But you got to be consistent, and you got to have a plan. So, guys, that's it for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 8:30 on this call. Again, see y'all tomorrow.